I've had a few people ask me, why does God make bad things like coronavirus happen? And the truth is, he doesn't. God doesn't make bad things happen. It's not the way he works. But he can make good things in the midst of bad things, or good things come from really tragic situations. Today is a very special day for Donna and I. It's the 5th anniversary of when we lost Sarah Louise, and that was a very tragic moment in our lives, and one that we'll never really get over. But when we found out Donna was pregnant with Sarah, we were so happy and so overjoyed, and we did all sorts of daft things. I used to tell stories to Donna's bump and things like that, and I even went online and bought one of those certificates, where you name a star after the baby. So we named this star after the baby, after Sarah, and we put the certificate up on the wall. And sadly, it wasn't to be, and we lost Sarah, and it was a great tragedy to us. And we sort of thought to ourselves at the time, why have you done this to us, God? What have we done to deserve this, and to feel so crushed and so sad? And we just couldn't get our heads around it. But we came to understand in time that it wasn't God's doing. Sometimes bad things just happen. It's not anyone's fault. You can't understand why it happens, but it just does. But in the midst of all that terrible tragedy, and it was a terrible tragedy, and it still is, we still feel it very, very deeply. Amazing things happen. Because if Sarah would have been born, we would never have had David. And little David's been such a blessing to us, such an incredible blessing to us. And we've learnt so much from him. And it's almost, to me, it feels like that he's such a special little boy, and he needs very special care. And God was waiting for the right parents to look after him. And if Sarah would have been born, David would never have happened. Certainly not to us. And by losing Sarah, so much good has come from it for other people. Donna has reached out to thousands and thousands of women and helped them that have gone through similar situations. So even in the midst of this monstrous and horrific tragedy, God makes something good come from it. And it will be the same with the coronavirus. We don't know yet what good will come from this, but some will. God will make good come from this situation. I've already started seeing it now. We've seen communities. Yes, there's been some people behaving terribly, but there's also been communities coming together and working together and pulling together, bringing community spirit back together. The church is looking at different ways of being church and reaching out to people. And that's got to be a good thing. But that would never have happened if it hadn't been for coronavirus. Just as David would have never happened if we hadn't gone through the tragedy of losing Sarah. And the strange thing was, like I say, we named this star after Sarah. And when David was born, he's got a perfect star-shaped birthmark right in the middle of his back. Is that just chance? I don't know. But for us, he's a gift from God. Just as there will be many good things coming from God in this situation now. God bless everyone. Peace and all good.